all. I hope you are well. I am so excited, like how I am every day in my business. It just feels so amazing. I just wrapped up a fun call with a new client, and I had like instantly, right after the call was done, I was like, I need to go live and talk about these things. And this is something that I've been scheduling my way around. I'm like, I really want to start going live. I really need, like, it's September every year, every September, I like spontaneously go live because it's my favorite month. And I have been like, okay, so when do I schedule these? Should this be in the morning? Should these be in the evening? Like, when do I actually do it? And then I was like, I had my call and I was like, this is literally the best time for me to do it, which is what we're going to be talking about. Coming to the topic, which is three reasons why you're unconsciously creating like a power leak. I don't know exactly what the title was because I feel like I was just typing in the title and it just the live started started on exactly what title it is. Okay, so it's three reasons you're unconsciously creating power. One second. Creating power leaks in your business, right? So how maybe unconsciously you're sort of stealing energy from your own momentum. So you're like, okay, fine, I want this, I want that, I want this to happen, I want to start doing this. But then these are three things that are sort of stealing your energy, power, your motivation from that momentum. Okay, so before I get started, I know there are not a lot of people here. If someone can confirm the voice is okay, because I have air conditioning on, it's kind of hot. So I just want to make sure the voice is okay. So if the voice is okay, we can just get started. Hi Sarah, hi Nivriti, how are you? Hey Ada, can someone tell me if the voice is okay so that I can get started? Hmm. Okay, and yeah, so hey Anam Arsalan, can you confirm if the voice is okay? Ha, okay, it's okay, great. Because the thing is, I recently went live and I did like a whole live and the voice was so bad. I was like, no, that's not something we can go ahead with, which is why I waited for that confirmation. Okay, so the first reason, and let me tell you a little bit about the client so it's easy for you to understand. And if this is you, this advice directly applies to you. So this whole thing will look like it's a one-to-one session. Okay, so she's someone, so this new client is someone who has been investing in herself. She has an online coaching business, and she's showing up consistently for her brand for over 3 years now, and she has multiple offers. Something that she recently told me was that she doesn't need a lot of hand holding when it comes to strategy. Of course, like, we work on her strategy a little bit here and there around her passive offers and around her content. Sometimes how our shadows are clouding our judgment when we are trying to express our content or talk about our mission and all of that. So those are the things that we are definitely doing. But all in all, she said something which was like, something I really want to cultivate is I want to make sure that my shadows are not manifesting my reality, because that's something that she's experienced quite a lot. She's like, there are moments and days in my business wherein everything feels so aligned, I feel on fire and I can see immediate results, and then there are days wherein I just feel so pulled back and I feel like my energy is just split, like I'm not able to focus on what I need to get done, and that sort of creates this functional freeze. And something that I want to get consistent with in my business is to deal with that, right, and show up with that conviction. I feel like this ties in very well with the sovereignty program that I'm marketing all over internet right now. So something which sort of creates a biggest power leak is when you are um, blocking your own evolution, right? So if you feel like, okay, fine, these are the things that got me to this point, right, and then you're like trying to recreate that recreate your future based on your past. You're like, okay, fine, this worked for me in the past, so let me just repeat that. This is the style of content that worked. This is the program that worked, and you're sort of like stealing energy from your momentum. So you know that evolution needs to happen. You know that, and I don't care how this evolution has found you. Maybe it was that, okay, fine, now it's time to increase your prices, or maybe it was stop promoting this offer. It's time for you to start like investing your energy into high ticket offers. Now is the right time for you to focus on masterminds. Now is the right time for you to maybe do things differently. It might not be specifically related to your business. Maybe it's like, okay, fine, like you're really outgrowing this current ideal client. It's time for you to pivot and start speaking to a different level of ideal client. Maybe it's changing industries. Like something which happened with one of my client was that she was exclusively a fitness influencer and a coach, and then the way she was blocking her evolution was she was feeling so inspired. She like it was literally in her, like everything in her was like, I want to start doing nutrition, but she was not able to do that because, as I said, the evolution found her. That next level made itself available to her, but then she was sort of blocking her own evolution, right? Which sort of created this thing wherein everything that she was doing was not working. Okay, sometimes when clients come to me, they're like, Aisha, I just feel so stuck. I don't know what happened. I feel like things are just not moving. And I'm like, in what way are you blocking your own evolution? Right? And it happens in such subtle ways. As I said, it could be price related, it could be offer related, it could be ideal client related. You realize that you're meant to be speaking to a more elevated client right now. Like it's no longer everybody. Like even in the way you're coaching clients, you must be having those one or two clients wherein you're like, oh my god, I love helping her. Like coaching this particular client sort of like elevates my identity as well. It helps me in my own evolution, right? So if that is the thing, I want you to firstly identify what is that. What is the evolution that has made itself available to you, but you're sort of not fully able to lean into trust with that, right? Firstly, awareness of that, and then awareness of what is the shadow that is telling me that I cannot rely on that, because your shadows will always want you to feel like you're powerless, want you to feel like it's not safe. You're going to probably waste your energy investing into this, right? So, oh my god, I was going to say something. I completely lost my train of thoughts. So when you're operating with that, or else you are listening, like this goes back to the trust piece that I was talking about. So if you're not able to fully have trust, and because with every evolution, right, even the fact that you have your whole business online and everything that you're doing is meant for evolution, right? And the reason we have this evolution, which is what available to us, but and this evolution wants you to be paid for more of your authenticity. This is where that whole, it's sort of like you're still outsourcing your power to skills. You're like, these are the things that this is why I am being paid. I'm being paid for the transformation I offer. I'm being paid for the skills that I offer. I'm being paid for the experience, expertise, and education. I get that. I get that. I get that 100%. But what if your next evolution wants you to lean into your trust to the point wherein it's like you're being paid for you? 100% for you, for your channel wisdom, for your ideas, for the way you think, for the energy transmission that you offer. What if that is what you're actually resisting? Okay, and I see this and I get it. Like this whole idea, like your shadows are probably like, oh my god, are you really sure that you get to be paid for that? Are you really, do you think you're literally like among that people that who gets to be paid for who you are? Because we really have been weighing our worth based on the based on the exchange that we offer, which is, I will give you this expertise, I will give you this education, I will give you this skill set, I will offer you this transformation, this is the results that I can get for you, and this is why you should invest in me. But what if your evolution was meant to free you of that? Okay, I don't mean to sound like a coach who doesn't have integrity and who's like going around selling things they have no business selling, or you have the education, and you have been relying on that education. So of course all of that plays a huge role in the way you're coaching someone, but it's about where that energy leak is happening. So if your next level evolution is like, you know what, you get to have the power and conviction just in your embodiment. You get to have that power and conviction just in a 2-minute voice note. Okay, and that is very scary for our shadows. Okay, this leaf is really disturbing me a lot. I need to get rid of it. So that sort of is what really threatens our shadows. And when you are embodying that next level of power, and your shadow is like, are you serious? Like, do you really think that you can be one of those people who gets to be paid for who you are? You really think that's who you're gonna be? You know, but you're like, you need to offer them some results. Like, people will only invest in you if you're offering that. That is the only reason people buy, your results. And I'm someone, like, I have programs around this where I teach you how to translate what you're doing into tangible results. I get that. Like I said, I get that. But for you to create that, integrate that power that wants to be flowing into you, what if that comes with not relying so much on the skills and education and experience and expertise or the transformation you offer? What if that next level is more about standing in the power of, like, this is what I want, this is how it gets to be. Okay, and trust me when I say this is me getting to the next point. So the first point was blocking your own evolution. Identify, where am I blocking my evolution? Where am I resisting increasing my prices? Am I holding on to offers that I have outgrown? Am I too afraid? Am I just hung up and stuck on an ideal client because I feel like this is the ideal client I get to transform, right? And you're like, you desire to support that next level ideal client, right? But then you're like, what if I'm not powerful enough for that? What if this client that I desire to coach, this next level self-led women that I want to help, what if I'm not able to create any transformations for her? Right? So understand what this shadow is telling you along with the evolution that found you. Okay, that's the first step. Second step is identify where you're waiting versus declaring. Like I said with the power integration in the first point. So when you're not integrating in that power, you will wait on the sidelines. You will wait for signs. You will wait for intuition. You will wait for something outside of you to happen, to come through, so that you're able to then step into that identity. And one of the biggest mistakes I see that clients make is that they think the sales, the success, the clients, these are the things that make them who they are. But what they forget is these are all the effects of the identity. They're not the cause. When I first realized that, it was so huge for me, because I would often tell this wherein I would be like, I don't get to be this identity unless I have the success, I have the clients, I have the money, I have that level of business, I have that branding. It was sort of like that. But then when you think about it, these are all the causes of the identity. So when you step into that identity, these things will happen as the natural cause of that identity. Right? Sorry, these will happen as the natural effects of that identity. They're not the cause. The cause is always the identity. So the more you ground yourself in that identity and you're coming from that identity, you're creating from that identity, you're asking yourself, who is the ideal client that I would be serving if I was already her? What is the kind of content I'd be creating if I was already her? What would my branding look like if I was already her? What is the power I would hold in my coaching calls if I was already her? And when you stabilize that becomes the cause, of which the results will be the effects. The effects of that will be more sales, more clients, more success, more opportunities, all the things that you are waiting on to then become the identity are actually It's the other way around. You become the identity, and all of these things are the effects of it. And trust me, I've been doing this work exactly in what I'm talking about. If you can go back to my videos maybe 5 years, and you will still see me talking about exactly the same things, and I still have power leaks that happen, which my own coaches call me out on. Okay, so it might feel like in theory I know all of this, like I see what she's talking about, like I know this, but then when you're too close to the problem, you cannot identify it. You're not able to dissect it. You're not able to. You just get so intertwined with your shadows that you don't even see them as shadows. You feel like that is you, and that is where that power leak completely happens, wherein you sit back waiting for something to happen, waiting for some opportunity, waiting for a video to go viral, waiting for a client to come in, waiting for something to happen externally for you to then feel like yes, it's happening. Okay, now this is where your complete shift happens, wherein you're like, I am no longer waiting, I am declaring how things get to happen for me. Okay, and if I'm being honest with you, when I first started this whole thing, this declaring, this sovereign approach, it didn't start off with business. It started off with normal everyday things. Okay, so if I was going to go somewhere and my husband would be like, oh my god, it's the weekend, we're not going to find any parking spot, and I'd be like, no, we always find parking spot, right? Like I was like, I'm not going to wait for this is how I'm going to declare it. Okay, and start off with such subtle things wherein I found myself and I'll be like, oh my god, that's like a very early morning train, my kids are going to give me a hard time. And I was like, wait a second, why am I declaring that? Do I want that? I was like, of course not. I want a very easy, smooth, relaxed trip. And I was like, yes, that's the energy I am attaching to this event of me going this place on this train. I have done this with so many things that I literally was able to build that confidence, and I started doing that in my business, right? And when you start doing that, when you're like, I'm not waiting for reach, I'm not waiting for more likes, I'm not waiting for anything. I'm someone who consistently makes high ticket sales in her business, regardless of what reach I have, regardless of what content I'm sharing, regardless of what platform I am sharing it on, regardless of how many times a day I am posting, how many days a week I'm posting. I was like, I am refusing to outsource my power to anything. I was like, what am I choosing right now in this moment? What am I declaring? And the moment you start declaring and you're like, this is who I am, this is how things happen for me, and you start declaring, I am a magnet for success, I'm the most in-demand sought after coach in my industry, I make thousands of dollars a day, I sign clients every day, regardless of what it looks like, I'm not going to limit the vastness and the velocity of my mission to tiny squares on Instagram. My mission gets to be much bigger than my phone. It gets to be much bigger than the reach that my posts get. And when you start operating like that, you actually get booked and busy with opportunities from all directions, right? Even from places that you thought, I never thought I would be making money from that, right? I am getting like corporate speaking gigs from LinkedIn. I've never promoted myself there at all. I'm telling you, when you open yourself up and you start declaring that I don't create an energy leak, power energy leak or sales leak in my business with regard to Instagram, with regard to how people are responding in my DMs, with how many people are reaching out and not buying, with how I am feeling in my day-to-day business. Like, being honest with you, I'm a mother, right? I have 2 kids. I have a very busy life. My kids have exams. We're planning a trip next month. I have so much unpacking to do. We go over, meet friends every weekend. I don't have a maid. I'm doing all of these things by myself. Like, my energy is split, right? I don't always 100% feel my best. I'm not like, of course I'm regulated, but I'm not regulated to the point that I start being a monk, or to that point. right? I'm not monitoring every thought that I have. I'm not policing myself for my triggers or my reactions, and I'm not doing any of that, right? I'm living a very practical, normal, everyday life. I said, like I have a very busy life. I have two kids, and it gets it doesn't have to look perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it's like even in all of that, what's the power that you're holding? What are you saying that means about it? What are you declaring? Right? I had a call. I put my kids to bed. My husband has like a night shift. I am tired. My eyes were hurting me a little while I was having call, because I'm always having a ring light and sort of stings in my eyes. So all of that to say that I don't let any of that create an energy leak in my business. I'm like, I get to make money. I get to make sales in my business regardless of any of those things. I am that person. I am the most in-demand sought after coach in my industry, regardless of any of those things. It doesn't matter what I'm feeling. It doesn't matter am I doing things perfectly, because I hold the belief that I'm perfect in all ways. Everything I do is perfect and prosperous. In fact, some days when I am not able to do things for my business, I'm like, everything is working for me no matter what I do. That's it. And when you operate your business with declaring rather than asking yourself, uh, am I doing this right? Am I doing that right? Is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Is this the right decision? Is this what I'm meant to be doing? Or you're constantly, maybe you're holding that vision, right? You're doing really good. You're moving forward in the momentum. And then suddenly, because you feel like something didn't go the way you expected it to go, or you didn't see any immediate changes in your 3D, you go back. You go back to, okay, there is something wrong that I need to fix. There is something wrong that I need to fix, and only then I'll be back on the momentum. I'll be back on the track. So every time you turn back and you move back in momentum, you go to find exactly what is wrong. That's where you've created a whole different timeline. You've created a whole different reality wherein that is the truth for you. Right? So waiting for things to feel right, waiting for your nervous system to give you the okay, waiting for yourself to feel like that power. Like I said, not every day you will wake up and be like, I'm super powerful. Okay, of course, especially for women, that's not possible, right? But it's about being able to hold yourself in all of that and still be like, this is the identity that I'm holding, and everything I'm asking for is the effects of that identity. So as long as I'm holding that and I'm declaring it, rather than waiting for things to feel a certain way, waiting for something to happen, some movement, some viral video, some inquiries, some opportunity for me to like confirm that, I am declaring it, because that's a big one. What's the first thing when you sit for work in your business? Are you sitting in your business with the fixing energy, or are you sitting in your business with the being energy, and you're like, this is how I am saying it's going to go. I'm going to have an amazing day. I'm going to have such incredible coaching with my clients in Voxer. I'm going to have an amazing client call. I'm going to post this content and it's going to be amazing. I don't care how it does, but it's like everything I post is successful. So if I got like 60 views on a post, but I had like my clients celebrate me and my clients were like, oh my God, that post was so amazing. Or I had someone who was like, you know what? I rarely like anything of yours. I rarely watch, but then like every time I read a post from you, it infuses this energy in me. You have logged in that person for the rest of your life. Like I said, even the post that I made today, it was all about resonance. So it's not about how you like how good that post did, or how much sales you made off of that post, or how perfect your messaging was, how seen someone felt. It's about that resonance, the way it made them feel, and the way they were like, okay, fine, they apply what you said on the same day, and it happens so subconsciously. And I realized that that's something that I was doing with my own coaches as well, wherein I would be like, I would watch her talk about something, right? And when I would be selling on my stories, I would automatically be doing that. Or I would watch something that I really like from a particular coach around relationship, around marriages, and things like that. And I would apply it the same day. Like when I was having a conversation with my husband, I would find myself including that subconsciously. And that is how you know that your business has grown beyond Instagram, right? When you're able to create that experiences for people in their individual life, that is the impact that everybody is talking about. It's not how the impact looks on the outside, it's about how are you able to move your people day to day, right? If someone like messages me out of the blue and they're like, hey, you know what, I saw you talk about this, and then this is what I did in my day to start integrating that. Like I saw you talk about selling every day like it was a discipline, like someone was walking into my store, and that's like my responsibility. I've started selling in my selling in my content without even realizing it, right? Or I like the way you spoke about your impact. I like the way you spoke about how it is our individual responsibility to live through the mission, the purpose that we are given. And I was having a conversation with my husband and I spoke about this with him, and I could see that shift in energy from him. So you see what I'm talking about. So when you approach your business from that approach, now we're slowly leading into the third point, which is where is your focus? Where is the impact that you are wanting to have, right? So if you're coming from that, you will see how this translates into everything else in your business, right? So the first thing I said that sort of creates that power leak is you are resisting your evolution on some level. Secondly, you're waiting, like I said, waiting for client success opportunities to which are the effects of the identity. You think those things are the cause of that identity, which is sort of creating that power leak, right? Because those things are never in your control. Your identity is in your control, which actually creates those effects. Okay. Thirdly, it's the impact. Like with this point, I want you to be really, really, really honest with me, right? What I know at some point I have said these things, and now when I'm looking back and I'm like, that's not something like 100%. Maybe 2 years ago, it sort of hit me when I would hear people talk about, okay, like I don't care too much about money. Like it's not about the money for me. I love helping women. I am all about the impact, and that's exactly why I want to start a business and all of that. And at some point, I used to say that. But let me tell you something that's a very beginner energy, because the more you grow in your business, you realize how important money is for keeping your business afloat. Like it's the most invaluable, it's the most valuable resource for the growth of your business. Whether that's investing in yourself through a coach, whether that's hiring an employee, whether that's doing branding, whether that's setting up your course platform, whether that's getting email subscription, whether that's anything that has to do with your business, we are so quick to be like, then that becomes your focus. The moment you say that I don't care too much about the money, like it's all about the impact for me, like for me it's not, I don't want to make too much money, like you have that. Like I get the place that you're coming from, but if you haven't gotten to a point where you're like, my business has made $2 million, you don't get to be like, I'm coming from the service approach. Like I'm being dead serious about this. Like I am so tired of women using their online business like it's a hobby. You have to start taking seriously. You have to, because that's showing me how serious you are about your mission, about your purpose. Because trust me, not everyone gets the ideas that you're getting. Not everyone gets to create this sort of impact. You're taking your mission way too lightly when you say things like that, right? So you have to have your focus and your impact in mind, wherein like you're not dismissing the masculine side of business, which is sales and strategy and metrics and things like that. You're not giving them power over your identity, definitely, but you're not sort of like dismissing it to a point wherein you're like, that's not my focus. My focus is about the impact. Because if that is the way you are, it's sort of, you're not 100% honest, because if you really wanted your impact to grow, money is a very important resource for that, right? So really get rid of this when you're like, okay, fine. That's the thing. Like, the reason I'm able to give so much, as in my energy and my content, I'm able to give, like, take clients that sometimes I'm like, okay, fine, I could charge way more for this, but then I do all of those things because that's coming from overflow, right? Even me creating this live, it's not with the energy of like, oh my god, I want someone to go ahead and buy from me right from this live. I have to sell to the point that every minute of this live, it is like a sales conversation. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with people who do that, but the reason I'm saying this is because I'm able to do that because I'm coming from a place of overflow, right? My cup is full. I have amazing clients. I have sales. Everything is working for me. I attract opportunities, and then there is this overflow that happens. So I'm not saying that I am like at 2 million mark, but you will never hear me say that money is not important, or for me it's all about. Of course, the fact that you're running an impact driven business is the proof enough that you're all about the mission and you're all about that heart centric mission. But if you're constantly being like I don't want to increase my prices because for me it's more about helping women, I want my coaching to be affordable for everyone, I get that, which is why you have offers at different price points. But for you to say that, like, that's not where my focus is, as if having a business for that focus, like, be very honest with yourself. This is like, the reason I'm saying this is because I've seen that. That's a shadow. Clearly, that's not alignment. That's a shadow, because the highest version of yourself, the version of yourself who's meant to be running your business, like that aligned version of you, she knows she's abundant, right? She's not waiting for, like, she's not discounting her power. She's not discounting her energies by constantly saying that, okay, I don't care too much about the money. For me, I don't want to increase. I want to keep my prices affordable to everyone. Like I said, you can have offers at different price points to tap every audience, like every audience from different target markets, right? But for you to be like that's not why I'm doing this, that's a shadow. That's clearly a shadow wherein you're giving your power way too easily. Okay, so as I said, like, those are the three things that I think are creating energy leak for business women who have been in this space, who are creating content, who have had consistent high cash months. These are sort of like ways that their power or their energy is being leaked. And if these are the things that you're noticing in yourself, then definitely there are shadows that are so entangled with your identity that you're not able to distinguish between the two. And the thing is, if you are able to identify them, distinguish them, amazing, right? But if you need some help around that, there's no shame in reaching out for help to understand how are these shadows influencing your reality, right? So if that's something that you're interested in, I have programs in different areas for different areas of your business, for different areas of your life. DM me and we can talk about it. Something else that I think, I wrote something that I'm not able to read right now. History doesn't reveal. Yeah. Something that I want you to sort of create, like, an understand, at what point does my brain go back to, okay, why was I successful the last time this happened? What was I doing back then that I can replicate now to recreate these results? I feel like that sort of is one of the biggest energy leak. Okay, we think that we are relying on, we are being logical, firstly, that we are going back to seeing what content I was posting, what platforms was I posting on, what metrics that, what were the things. And I get it. Like, if you have an assistant and you both are discussing this to understand your content, and like, that's totally a different thing. But if you're constantly feeling like things are not working for me right now. Okay, what was I doing that 1 month I had 30K sales? Okay, so what was I doing that 1 month I had so many inquiries? And you go back to dissecting that, because that clearly tells me that you're giving your power away, right? You think it was that thing, it was that technique, it was that meditation, it was that content, it was that coach that you were working with that was the magic, and you're not the magic, right? So if you're noticing this particular energy leak in your business, I want you to become very aware about it, because that is you not coming from sovereignty, that's coming from coming from a place wherein your shadows are literally manifesting your reality. Okay, so if that made sense and you like this, you have some questions, send me DM, we can talk about it. If you are identifying some of these energy leaks in your sales and your content, then I have my whole course, which is Money Vortex. I want you to check that out. The link is in my bio. If you are like, I want to rewire my business relationship, I see like I have sort of created some sort of resentment with my business. And if you're someone, especially if you have had a business for over 5 years, you will develop on some level, you will develop some sort of toxic relationship with your business, which is why I created a whole meditation for you to go and rewire your relationship with your business, so that you're coming with a very clean energy. You have better expectations from your business. You're allowing yourself to be supported by your business, right? Rather than recreating the same old results, coming with the same disappointment, coming with those same old expectations of things not working out for you. Okay, so those are the two things I want you to check out. And yeah, I hope you have an awesome day. And if I do find time, I will definitely try to do more lives, because as I said, like let me just try this out. So every time I wrap up a call, I'll try to discipline myself to sit through for another 20-30 minutes, so I can do that. Or else we can, I don't know, I like September. It kind of gives me a whole reset. I don't know, like for me, I have had some of the biggest shifts during September. Like it gives me that slingshot into a next level quantum leap. So yeah, let's do that. And I hope this was helpful.